Yes, but you haven't stopped thinking about the cinnamon buns since last time.
No, but this is a pretty easy one, I would say. I know which one I would never take.
Okay, so big question is, which one would you take? The cinnamon bun, the hallon cave,
the raspberry
cave
cookie,
yeah, or the healthy bar.
Well, so of course not the healthy bar.
Oh, thank you very much. That makes me feel better.
It's like, what's the point? That's more of a, I don't know.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. And they typically, unfortunately, don't taste too good. So it's like, yeah.
So which one would you take?
I would probably, just to mix it up a little bit, I would take the raspberry cake.
You're my man. We're gonna take the last one step afterwards.
Okay,
Welcome to Coffee with Baseload. As you see, we already started. You already know Jesper from before, Jesper Jolma, investment manager here at Baseload Capital. And now we know that he likes the hallongrotta, if you care to learn some Swedish. Yeah, but that's not why you're here today. You're going to be sitting here and checking them out for a while now, being tempted.
Very good.
Yeah. Before you get it, you have to answer the question.
Okay.
And this question comes from Abraham Toms from Proactive Capital Partners, and he is actually wondering about if we should go joint ventures or licensing of technology. What's your thoughts about that?
That's a very good question. I don't know if I have thought about it too much before, but now that he mentions it, I think it's a very valid one. Because in general, I think it's also considering where the geothermal industry is at, with a lot of new technologies coming, a lot of new things. I think in general, there's much value in having partnerships in order to test these new technologies, and so you can develop more proof of concepts and really prove out the technologies. So from that standpoint, I really think that you need more the joint venture type of arrangements, because you need that closer collaboration in order to really build this scalable. But I would say that I would imagine that a lot of technology providers would prefer to license technology instead, because then they can, maybe more easily sell their technology, license it, and not have to be as engaged in actually making sure that the whole system and the whole project is, successful in terms of being part of setting everything up and ensuring everything. Then it's more hands-off.
Doesn't this go back to the basis of it is how fast do we have to run in order? What do you think? Do you think that joint ventures versus license, which one is going to be the fastest in order for us to achieve what we want?
Well, I think in the long run, it's certainly licensing, because then it's going to be probably more straightforward in terms of what you need and so on. But I still think until we get to that point, and there are already some technologies probably in that area, I think in general we need many more joint ventures that dare to take risk and collaboratively solve the challenges that are faced. Because today I can imagine also that it's easy to sell a technology, and then it's up to the customer to figure out the rest and make sure that the technology works so it's intended. Whereas if we then instead do joint ventures and develop a technology or the projects, the companies providing the technology can also quickly learn and improve the products and incorporate those changes so that the next generation of technology could be even more suitable. And then maybe you get to the point where it's like, well, now we've done this a couple of times. Now we know exactly how to do it and what to get. Then it's more easy to just license and do more of a rollout, so to say. And then you get the speed.
But do we have time to wait until we get the speed?
That's a difficult one. I mean, I still think we need to take the more joint venture route in the beginning if we want to advance the emerging technologies. Because I think that's going to be even though it might seem slower, it ultimately could be quicker. Because then you tend to sit more in the same room, have the same challenges, instead of then having to buy, I don't know, as a technology purchaser, different technologies and test it out yourself. Then you can really have that collaborative space where you solve the challenges more quickly.
Is there any room for that kind of forum in the geothermal industry today?
I think there is, but I think there's great potential for even further improvement of that. I think in general, like us at Baseload, we are looking for many partners and different players in industry and trying to unite the industry as a whole in general to get more attention and to build these partnerships. So if there's a forum for it, I don't know if there's a sort of explicit forum for it, but I think there's much more going on and happening, and in many new partnerships being formed.
I mean, you're sitting as an investment manager, you're visiting potential power plants and such. What would like speed up the process for us getting more power plants online when it comes to this question?
Well, I think in general it's a lot about, of course, having the right incentives. I think that we saw now with the recent passing of the Inflation Act by the Biden administration, for example, that's a really good indication that there are strong incentives out there for players in the industry to dare to take more risk. But I think that could probably be done even more. And then similarly, I think there are also corporations out there that have a strong interest in solving these problems and finding maybe a new position in the industry in the long term and so on. And there I think it's much more up to the management to set and dare to bet on the industry more and have a maybe larger budget for these type of pilot projects or new projects or partnerships where you're really trusted with making that progress and daring to take risk.
Good. I think that if we go back to the question what we had here, if you would summarize your answer to Tom's Abraham here, what would you say to him?
I would say that sometimes it's probably quicker to go slow. So more focus on joint ventures, and then once we get more mature technologies and next generation technologies, then I think licensing will be quicker.
There you have it, folks.
That's my take on it, at least.
I think that, of course, there are going to be different takes on it, but why don't we just enjoy ours, sit back and go in and grab our hallongrotta?
The raspberry, I don't know if it's a cake or cookie, but I guess it's
The translation is raspberry cave.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. So for you who hasn't seen this before, it's an amazing cookie and there's a lot of jam in the middle here. So it's good, but it's difficult to eat this gracefully.
Can I dig in?
Yeah, you can dig in.
Okay.
Please
it's like
do.
having the Swedish semla, when you eat it and then you get like things all over the place.
And also this last challenge, you cannot lick your mouth while you're eating it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Ready?
see.
Who wins?
Well, this must be more than you. Yeah, you see?
I lost. I will lick my wounds, but we will be back with yet another Coffee with Baseload. So please send in your questions so we get the opportunity to eat more buns. Until we meet again, take care of yourself and hopefully also someone else. See ya.
Bye-bye.
I love that challenge.
And
I
really
always do
good.
it with my
Really?
my son. And we're sitting there. I always lose.
It's so difficult. It's
Yeah.
like you can't resist it. It's like
Have you done it
something
with a
itchy.
donut with sugar on
No,
top?
I haven't.
Ooh, that's for the next one.
Yeah, maybe we should have more international fika.
Ooh, we should go with, like that. International fika. If
Like-
the camera is still rolling, we actually want some tips on some international fika out there that we can use in Coffee with Baseload
Yeah, like what do our colleagues in Taiwan or Japan choose?
for fika.
Yeah. What would their equivalent be?
Game on. What's an international fika we can put on the table? Write it in the comments. See you around. Take care.